Hey guys, alright, so by now we made our parts for the birdhouse, we assembled the birdhouse, we created a presentation, and now we're getting to the drawings. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So, click my drawings. Now we are ready to start creating our drawings for the birdhouse. But before we do, there's a couple things that we have to edit. So as you can see, we have this sheet of paper. It is really big. All right, and we're going to print these off, so we can't use this size. This size is something like 17 by 19 or 17 by 11 or something, I can't remember, but it's really big. So we can't use this one. So first we need to go to sheet 1 right here, right click, and then we're going to go down to edit the sheet. And we are at size C, and we need size A. Here you can see there's all kinds of different sizes, and we need size A. All right, and that's our standard 8.5 by 11. Okay, I'm going to click OK, and now we have a much smaller sheet. But notice that our title block is really big, right? It's an ANSI large. You guys see that? So we don't want that one, so we're going to right click on that and we're going to delete it. Then we're going to go up to our drawing resources, hit the drop down, go to your title blocks, hit the drop down, and under ANSI A, we're going to right click and we're going to insert ANSI A. There we go. So a much smaller title block, and it works better. All right. So now let's bring in our base. So I select base and I get this dialog box. All right, and as you can see, I don't have any files selected right now, so I'm going to hit this. It's going to search, and we're going to go, I'm going to do let's do assembly 1. No, I don't want my assembly, I want my presentation, man. There we go. So that one was under assembly. I don't want the assembly, I want my presentation file. So you might have to come down here and drop, and either you can do all inventor, you can do parts, you can do assembly, or just, filter, and you can do your presentation file, and that's the one I want. So I'm going to do the birdhouse, and I'm going to select open. Alright, and here's my birdhouse. So this is telling me this is my exploded view here. So I want ISO type right. So I want you guys to do your first one. I want you to do your ISO. And you can see that's really small. So here's my scale. I'm going to hit this drop down. I'm going to go to 1/4. And I'm going to see what that looks like. Okay, slide this over so I can see. And it's a little big, but I think it'll fit. I think I can make this work. All right, so I'm going to click to place it, and then I'm going to hit escape because I only need one. All right, so now I am ready to start what we call annotating on this drawing. So I need to come up to annotate, and the first thing is I want to bring in is my parts list. Now, this is where making sure that you're in the right project folder and you got all your parts comes into play, because the parts list is going to populate with what you select, right? And so you always need your assembly file. So I'm going to go to my, I'm going to go to assembly files, and I'm going to select assembly number 1. I'm going to select open, and then hit OK. And it's telling me, hey, things might not be quite right, but we're good. And then I'm going to bring that to the upper right corner and put that in place. Okay, notice how it's into my parts. So there's a couple things I can do. I can either just simply size this down, okay, and size that down maybe to make that fit. And I can also just right click, go to edit parts list. I can do content chooser, hit my description, I can remove it, click OK, and now the description is gone and I have a much smaller parts list. Alright, the next thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to balloon. Okay, so they're like call outs. So I'm going to select balloon, and I'm going to look at my parts. If this is correct, I should be able to select the right one, and it will give me the balloon number 1 according to my parts and quantity. All right, so let's find out. So and you never do a straight line. All right, so I'm going to click. I'm gonna come up here, click, and I'm gonna go at an angle. You never do straight line balloons. Okay, always at an angle. All right, and then once I got what I want, just double click and make that balloon. And as you can see, scroll out, part 1, 1 quantity, green. All right, let's do my black part. Click, at an angle, double click, here we go. And we come over here, click, double click, and I have my balloons. So my next part should be my orange part for number 3. Click, let's go straight down in here, click, and the next part should be red. Is that right? Yep. And then my blue part, let's go here. And now, last but not least, the yellow part. I'm going to do something crazy. Come back like that. Alright. So, that is how you balloon your document. The next thing I want to show you guys is the title block. Notice that I don't really have any information in this title block. And how we change that is we go up to the iPro, we go to iProperties, go to Summary, and then we can type in. So title, let's type in birdhouse. Tab, subject, let's do 3D mechanical design. And then company, let's do Rails Academy. Alright, click apply. And then close. And check it out. Alright, it is populated. So my birdhouse, Rails Academy. And as you can see, there's other things we can type in. We can put the scale in there and things. I'll show you guys that probably a later date here. But right now, we'll just keep it pretty basic for your first one. Alright. So, I have my ISO. And now I want you guys to go ahead and go back to place view. And then we're going to do new sheet. And now we're going to start bringing in your individual parts. And we're going to do those multi-views. Alright, so go to base. And then now we need part files. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and start with the black part, I suppose. Click open. Okay. A couple things I want you to check out. Your scale. These items here, so this is shaded, meaning colored. And hidden line removal. So if I don't want this to be shaded, I just select that. Okay. The next thing I want you to look at is your orientation. You need to make sure that you have the right orientation. So sometimes when you bring in your part, it might not necessarily show you the correct front view. So remember, the front view is the longest, most characteristic and contoured shape of that part. So in this particular example, this is a good front view, so I'm good here. So I'll show you one that might not come out correct. So in this order, you do your click for your front view, come up here and click for your top view, down here for your side, and then up here for your ISO. Okay, click, and you're not done here. Now you need to right click and you need to create. And that'll actually create all your parts. Now you notice how this one is in my title block. So I'm just going to select my front view and raise that up because these two are connected to my front. This one here, it did not color. I want your ISO to be colored. So get this red box, right click, edit the view, and then make sure that it is shaded. Select this, click OK, and now that is colored. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to have you guys dimension your parts. Okay. So how we do that is we go to annotate, we go to dimension, and we can begin to dimension our parts by just clicking lines and dimension. Okay. Let's see here. So I have that. And then I'm just going to go from point to point. Bring that in like, oh no, I'm going to cancel. Nope. Whoops, wrong one. Let's do this one. Oh crap. There we go. Click. Okay. So now I got my, that's not a good, what's one up? I'm not mistaken. I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to do this one. This one. There we go. I think that's going to be a better one. And we'll do this one. This one shows me that I have my 75. And then I'm going to do my width. Alright, and now that part is fully dimensioned. Okay, so you need your height, you need your width, and you need your depth. Okay, when at all possible, try to do all your dimensions off of your front view. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that you guys can do some different, you can dimension from different views, but just make sure that you guys are dimensioning from your front if at all possible. Okay, usually your side is a really good one to do for your depth, and then you want to make sure that all your dimensions are on the inside of your multi-view drawings. You never want anything on the outside of your drawings. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and go to place view, new sheet, and we'll do another one. I'll do another one real quick for you and show you, and then hopefully you guys, you'll have this. Alright, so let's go red part, open. Okay, and this is a perfect example. This is giving me a side view, right? I don't want a side view. I need my front view. So you might need to come up here and change that. So top, nope, that's not what I want. How about left? There we go. That looks a lot better, right? So that's a good front view. And that's the one I'm going to go with. Alright, so I'm going to place my front, my top, and I'm going to do my side, and then ISO. And then don't forget, you gotta, once you left click, then you have to right click and hit create. Okay, and I want this one colored again, so right click, edit, shaded, done. Now make sure that you guys go ahead and fully dimension this one and bring in all the rest of your parts. So you guys should have what, 5-6 sheets. I want everything fully dimensioned, and I will show you guys how to submit. Alright, good luck guys, later.